Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Oh, look at they did
Extra
themselves.
fancy this week.
What?
This week, the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by I'm Gus
I'm Gavin.
I'm Barbara.
It's your boy Brady.
and Gus.
You guys get one free lunch, and you get all arrogant and uppity, and you start filming yourselves.
Well, they got that fucking sweet ass
See how it
office now.
works.
Did you see how well lit that room is now?
It's
It's
really
like a
good.
real room.
Fuck.
It looked
Great.
like shit before, to be honest. I mean, these guys were like, it was bad. And this looks tremendous now.
We should just have a shot on them the whole podcast that we could just cut back to just to remind ourselves how nice it is.
Yeah.
Can we do it from in there? Can we just swap seats?
It's a good point.
Come on here.
Yeah.
Put a camera just through the window so we can see some of
Ooh
those.
la la.
When I came in, I drove by the office on.
For those of you listening to the audio podcast, our control booth got a makeover, and they have like wood up that matches the set.
Oh,
for
I
the
actually
podcast.
didn't even notice that part.
Also,
It looks like a real office now.
so I came in over the weekend, and as I was driving into the gate, I saw a strange truck parked out back.
A strange truck.
I was like, "That's weird. I
A
don't know."
truck you didn't recognize,
Right,
or
I
it
like,
was just a
I
weird
didn't
truck?
recognize it. I was like, "I don't know who that is."
It's a truck with a
weird
bird on
truck.
it.
So I was like, I better walk through stage 5, make sure everything's okay in there. So like, I pull my car around, and the bay doors are open, and I'm like, "Oh shit! Like, are we being robbed right now?" So like, I get out my phone, and I have like 911, and I'm like walking in the door, looking around, and then like Sam walks out. He's like, "Oh hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh thank God." I was like,
How strange was this truck?
it's just I didn't recognize it. It's
Yeah.
the weekend. It's like, why is there a truck there?
They look like they're on the Enterprise or something.
Yeah.
Gus told that
It's
whole
so
story.
cool in
And I
there.
mean, all right, Enterprise.
Well, before it's like all the equipment was
Less
there
so
and it
from
looked
that
cool with
angle.
the equipment, but the room itself looked like shit, and now it doesn't look like shit.
Well, it was the same office as when we first moved into this building. That was all like old motel rooms and stuff, right? So it still had that
Yeah, like weird old sets.
same front zero paneling or anything. Just like
It was sets from Dusk Till Dawn
yeah.
from the television series, and they had to tear them down as contractually because you have to leave the space as you found it, basically. And they were said, "Hey, if you don't want us to tear these things down, we can just give them to you guys." We're like, "Fuck yeah, we'll do that."
Hell yeah.
So I
offices.
guess they assumed we shot some motel short or something. We just turned it into offices.
You and I, when we first moved in, shared an office, and I think we had like fake blood on our roof.
Yeah, it's on the ceiling. It was like splattered up.
Yeah.
Gross.
I just want to show something really quick before we go. This is somebody sent this in. This is
Oh, it came in.
all time Ash sent this in from Twitter to everybody. It came to me though, I guess care of me to everybody. So this is a pillow that was sewn for the 15th anniversary of a bunch of different shows. and stuff
Oh,
like that.
sorry.
Man, the camera operator earning their pay.
All right, I'll throw it over here. See if I can track it.
Oh, they're not tracking
They're
it
not
anymore.
tracking anymore. There we go.
Looks good.
They lost it.
I saved it. So today we went to Barbara and I. Gus, unfortunately, you couldn't attend. Gavin, you couldn't attend either. But we went to.
Why can I attend?
I think he wasn't invited.
We took the.
You son of a bitch, what?
You were here all last week. I didn't know you were going to be here today.
So because you take a day off, you're gone forever?
I asked Michael too. And Michael said he couldn't get out of filming. You couldn't get a filming.
That's probably bullshit.
I don't think so. I think he loves these guys.
Where'd
Anyway,
you
we
go?
took him out to Fogo de Chao.
Son of a bitch. I missed the Achievement Hunter one.
An
for
appreciation
this,
lunch.
Right? And now I missed this one for Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, you did.
I'm owed 2 Fogos by someone.
No, you're not owed shit, motherfucker.
Why?
Because
You're Fogoed?
work less. How about that?
I got
You know?
Fogo FOMO.
Why don't you stop
Fogo FOMO. I like
Yeah.
that.
stop straddling between these
Just let my
responsibilities? Why don't you pick a side? How
Slide
about
all the
that?
way through there.
How about that?
Said you're fogoed. Ode. Fogo.
Oh, I get it. Thanks for...
If I have to explain, it probably wasn't that good to begin with.
I don't know about you, Barbara, but I just want to fall asleep at this point.
I'm so full. We have chicken sandwiches here for dinner.
I know. What are you guys doing?
I
Did
feel
anybody eat any, or is that thing still full?
it's
I
very
had
full.
one.
Oh,
I did.
You might be the only one who ate it.
could you eat one, Barb? If I gave you like $20, could you eat it?
Absolutely.
Really? I don't know
Yeah.
if I could at this point. I'm
Could
like,
I
bleh.
give you $40 to eat 2?
Yeah. Okay. If you're gonna give me $40, eat 2 sandwiches. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Right
Just
now.
get them done throughout the podcast, and then you're
I don't know if I
good.
can.
That's a lot. This is like
$40
when you
is a lot
tried
of
to
money.
make me eat that
It's 40
poutine.
$40 is like most of a video game.
Yeah,
is
I mean,
$40.
if Barbara had to eat that poutine at the end of our food challenge day, I felt so bad. You got about halfway through it, I think, and then you
Yeah.
started to like,
Let's just say after that, I know why they're called cheese curds.
oh, fucking gross. Did you barf?
Yeah, that was a good day.
That was fun.
Yeah.
In chat, Tucker Fan 101's asking how big the sandwiches are.
All right, let's
They're
get a couple of
pretty.
sandwiches.
They are
they're not
thick.
that
See.
big. They're like a
So,
chicken sandwich size.
though, to set this up, We went to Fogo de Chao, which, if you're not familiar with that, is a Brazilian. How do you say it? Churrascaria? Is that yeah?
Yeah, sure.
I thought it sounded Japanese the way I said it, but it's a place where these cowboys come around and they have meat on these swords, and then they cut it for you, and they have a little red card and a green card. We've talked about it before on the podcast. So, oh my gosh, that is a lot of chicken sandwich.
$40. These are heavy. Oh my God, these are
feel
heavy.
like an asshole if I won't eat 2 chicken sandwiches for that is heavy. For $40.
I think it's good cash for time.
It's not good for an audio podcast, though.
Yeah,
but this is also a video podcast.
Yeah, we're in the future. Video.
That's true.
It's video.
If he eats one, does he get 20, or is it only 2 or nothing?
That's 2 or nothing.
But it's a bet.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's no participation trophy. All right, that's what we're looking at for
Although
fried chicken sandwich.
I just remembered the whole time you ate like 16 tacos.
And you were there.
But then he threw up, right?
He threw up, and
That'd be funny.
he cleared way more density than that.
I did.
But he's got a big base of
I
Fogo
ate
in there
so
this
many
time.
tacos, my whole abdomen was hard as a rock.
I pushed
Yeah, it was just poking
it
me.
was rock solid.
It was horrible. That whole experience was
How
terrible.
often does it happen to you guys where you eat too much that it's hard to breathe?
What day is today? Monday. It's been at least 4 hours.
Gavin, did that do that and you weren't even holding it?
It's never me that does it. It's putting it down. Or
I
like
took a little bite.
putting it-
I don't want to eat on mic, but I do want $40, dude.
Are you gonna be able to do it?
If you take one massive bite every 5 minutes, you'll get through them.
I just don't. No, $40. No.
Not worth it.
Damn.
Did you see the
I can't. I want the $40, but no.
Did you see the Tom Scott video that came out the other day where he sent bread to the edge of space?
No.
He,
Why?
Yeah. What?
He said that people always do like publicity stunts where they send food to space.
No.
What are you talking about?
What food?
What food?
People
what
like
is-
send pizzas.
Never
or,
heard of that before.
You've never seen that? It's a very popular type of video. People send stuff up
What
like
have
on
you
weather
sent to
balloons.
space?
What do people send? What do people send to space as a joke?
Have you seen sitcoms? I mean, do I have to explain? Where do we start with explaining basic things? Have you seen videos of people sending stuff to the edge of space on
I
weather
have
balloons?
Basic about that.
What do you mean by edge of space? You mean like to the atmosphere?
They go to the edge of the
God.
Earth and they lean
Do I
over.
have to
Why are you?
Okay, let's start with balloons. Does
Okay.
everyone understand what a fucking balloon is?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Tom Scott
Oh, are we getting garlic bread?
decided to make a video to send garlic bread to the edge of space. So he attached it to a weather balloon, and he said that in other videos he's seen people send stuff up,
Garlic
but
bread.
don't eat it. So he wanted to send it up and then eat it when it came back down to Earth.
Oh, so we had to.
Oh.
you have to be at the
That
landing
seems
site.
like a bad idea.
I feel like it'd be really
we
cool.
could have landed in Spain.
Hey, who is this guy? I just saw his videos for the first time recently.
Tom Scott.
But what is he?
He does very interesting little.
Tom Scott?
No,
Tom
Tom Scott.
Oh,
He does look familiar though.
not the guy who does ASDF.
No, that's Tom Scott. Oh,
so
it closed.
Yeah, so then on the way down, they had built this little actuator and spring into it so that the bread wouldn't be ruined when it was at 1,000 meters. It closed to protect it.
1,000 meters?
I feel like if the bread has
Kilometer.
been at the edge of space,
that's
you got
not
to eat
the edge
it.
of space, is it?
It closed on the way down. It went all the way up, and then on the way down, it closed.
So is it just really cold?
Yeah, the one that goes all the way up is like frozen in the middle.
Oh wow.
If you hold it up to your ear, can you hear the moon at that point?
So they ate
We're going to ask you all
terrestrial.
sorts of dumb
They
questions.
ate terrestrial bread and then stratospheric bread, and then compared the two.
Were they both delicious still?
I like that the guy who shows up who quote unquote made the garlic bread. He's like, yeah, I made this garlic bread myself this morning. I mean, aside from the baguette. It's like, so
Oh,
what
so
did
you
you do?
like-
You just put garlic butter on fucking bread?
I think that
and
is what it
you
means.
come out and you say you made garlic bread?
I just want to make sure I get credit in the video. I'm the guy that like put the butter and the garlic on the bread.
I made this garlic bread, except for the bread part and the garlic.
I think that's still
also
fair to
did-
say. I think if you take 2 pieces of bread and put peanut butter and jelly on
Yeah.
it, you made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
If you make pasta, you don't make the pasta.
But it's like you said, it was like, okay, this is a slippery slope you got me on here. No.
No, I agree.
No.
'Cause
If someone
It's
says
just
different.
garlic bread. A sandwich is a different thing.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
what makes the garlic bread? It's the garlic and the whatever shit you got on there, the seasoning, right?
Yeah.
So if you take
butter.
bread and you put that shit on bread, you made garlic bread.
If I buy a fucking plain donut and I put chocolate frosting on it, I didn't make a chocolate donut.
You made a chocolate frosted donut.
Sounds like you did.
I did not. It's just a fucking donut that I made worse.
You frosted a donut.
I frosted a donut. Right?
If you take a bagel and you put cream cheese on it, what'd you make? A cream.
Breakfast.
You put cream cheese on a bagel. I mean, you don't say I made
I
a...
wouldn't say I made anything.
I said I made a cream cheese bagel for breakfast.
I also wouldn't show up on a set and be like, "What's up, everybody? Listen, I made a cream cheese bagel." So, everybody, shout out to me.
Well,
And
if
I
it was
sent it
about
to
to go to
space.
space, you might say that.
He bought garlic bread. He bought bread and put garlic on it. That's not. Nah, I'm with Gus on that.
Yeah, it's just. It's
Although
stupid.
he must have. There must have been a heating
I will say,
application.
Patrick-
Must have heated it up because it had the bread, the butter melted into the bread and everything, and then it went up and got frozen again.
How do you know the bread?
I don't know.
butter
I'm
melted?
shifting over here. My opinion on garlic bread is changing.
Can bread freeze? Without?
No, it's the only thing that can't freeze. It's literally the
But
only thing.
is there enough moisture in a loaf of bread to freeze?
I wonder if
Yeah,
we
it
could...
freezes solid, right? You can kill someone
you-
with a loaf of bread.
Do you think there's no moisture in bread?
I was just trying to remember. I was like, what, is there moisture in toast?
You can freeze a rock.
You kind of dehydrate it, right?
So toast can't freeze is what you're saying.
What does freezing mean to you? Make it solid?
Like-
What does freezing mean? Just or make it super cold.
Like it goes below freezing and then is frozen.
So can I freeze a rock? If I put a rock in the freezer and it gets down to like negative 40
It's
degrees?
really cold, or does it only change density? What?
Well, it has to have liquid in it, right?
Nope. Why?
To
Because you're
freeze?
freezing. It has to freeze water.
How do you freeze a solid?
That's,
So-
that's the question I'm asking you.
Right. That's what we're. That's the point. Does it
Okay.
need to have liquid
Well,
to freeze?
toast isn't a solid.
If I get a rock wet and put it in the freezer, does that freeze it?
The water might freeze on it.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
So what does it matter?
So you made a watery rock.
Does water? I wonder if there's any rocks that have water in that. Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen? They call them in hydros. You can get like rocks that have like tiny bits of water in them from like millions of years ago.
So if you froze it, it would break the rock, probably.
So sometimes they'll have bubbles for air, so maybe it'll expand. But I'm sure some would break.
That
Well, if they
rock.
had bubbles for air, the water would dry.
No, because it's sealed.
But right. So then if it's
Do you remember that rock with guts? That would freeze.
rock, oh, that was weird.
What are you talking about?
It's like a living rock.
Didn't they like
Yeah.
cut it open and it had shit in it? Or am I thinking something else?
No, you're pretty close. Yeah.
By
It had
shit, you
goop.
mean
It had like
you mean
goop.
Goop
stuff.
and guts. Yeah.
Gunk.
You don't mean feces in the rock.
No.
You
Although
had
that would be impressive as fuck.
It had stuff in it.
Bar de stuff.
So does that? So okay. So what I want to know now is if you have some toast, like some really well done toast, and you leave it in the freezer all night, is it too cold to eat the next day?
I don't
Is it
think
too cold
anything
to
is
eat?
too
Well, like you couldn't eat just a piece of bread because it'd be really rock solid, and you'd probably break your teeth on it.
That's true.
But if toast is so dehydrated that none of the moisture can freeze, maybe you can just get it down.
I don't think it'd be too hard to eat.
I don't think so either. So someone in chat needs to freeze toast right now and let us know.
I think it also depends on how thick the bread is. Like, there's a lot of factors that go
So by
into
your
this.
logic, I can freeze bread, but I can't freeze croutons. Right?
Right, because croutons are just toast,
Do they
right?
have croutons in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caesar salad.
Do you call them croutons or something stupid like that?
Nah, croutons.
Hey,
Okay.
speaking of bread, you see that? Have you been to that new Rudy's yet? That just
They
opened up?
fill it. So what?
There's a new
Have you
Rudy's.
been to the Rudy's? That
Dude,
opened up?
I sent you a message from there.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I told you it was open.
Oh, okay.
And-
I didn't
and
realize
got,
you were there.
I got the thumbs up.
Yeah,
I did. It wasn't clear that I was there.
Okay, yeah.
But I put it on my Instagram story, which clearly you're a big follower of. So thanks for that.
You're
Appreciate
not one of the two people I follow.
I had.
They give you way too much bread there. Was my segue
No,
between
Who
the bread
cares? There's no
talk.
such thing.
They don't give you enough.
What are you talking about?
If you go there with a ton of people, they won't give you enough.
Oh, like I go there for like myself and Esther, and it's like I
Oh.
don't need 3/4 of a loaf of bread.
See, to me,
Take
that's
it
not
home.
somewhere I go with just one other person. It's like a group event. It's like, hey, we're all getting Rudy's.
I remember we used to go to Rudy's all the time back when we lived down south. We'd
Yeah.
go with Michael and Lindsay a lot, and then we'd go swimming.
It was so good.
I was thinking about that the other day. We used to do that like felt like every weekend.
We sometimes used to go swimming at lunch.
Yeah, lunchtime swimmies.
I will go to Rudy's if I want like a really quick like low carb meal, but then it's always once I get there and I order everything
You
and I
gotta
order
have the
all
bread.
low carb stuff. They go, "Do you want half a loaf of bread?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Thanks, thank you." And I always take the half loaf of bread.
What is the best side dish with barbecue? In your opinion?
Garlic bread for space. That's gonna be my new thing.
Cream
I'm gonna
corn.
go to Olive Garden and order breadsticks from space.
I like the cream corn.
What
too.
was the conclusion of the stupid space experiment?
Oh,
Have we done everything else? Or are we just doing like random shit on YouTube now that like we've reached the limits now?
Sure.
You know the videos we've made as a company.
Yeah. I mean, some of those seem justified. We never said bread into space.
I feel like we're behind. We need to have a video where we send something to space.
Can we send one of those chicken sandwiches up into space?
We'll send a Burnie hat into space and see if it lands on someone.
I saw a Burnie hat right over there.
We should send some home slice into space.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Why waste food?
Because the whole interesting thing there is just home slice pizza. Just eat home slice. That's enough.
I ate home slice.
Maybe
yesterday.
they'll see
Did
the
you?
video and send us free home slice.
Mind blown.
So,
Well,
Barbara, Barbara just broke
it can only go
herself.
so high because the balloons pop.
Oh, I found out somebody was in town because they were eating home slice.
Who's that?
Alana?
Oh, yeah. Well, she was visiting plane.
Yeah, she posted on Instagram. It's just weird. That's like a weird indication that someone. It's like I saw a home slice box. And I said, "Oh, she's in Austin."
I was driving down to Home Slice yesterday, and you know that area of South Congress always sucks. Like lots of cars, lots of pedestrians. You always have to be very alert when you're driving.
I'm gonna come back to something about South Congress. All right, go ahead.
South Congress. So I'm driving, and I'm with Esther. She's in the passenger seat. She's looking out the window. When we drive past this, some pedestrians, she goes, "That guy we just drove past looks like the lead singer from Queens of the Stone Age." Like, oh really? And she like starts Googling. She's like, yeah, they're playing a show in Austin on Tuesday. That was definitely him. It's like, how the fuck did you recognize him? Like, I'm just driving down the street. Like, how do you pick him out of everyone in the crowd? And she's not even like the world's biggest Queens of the Stone Age fan or anything. Like, how did you pick him out of the crowd and how did you recognize him? She's like, I don't know.
That's good skills. She good with faces.
I guess. I'm terrible with that stuff.
Yeah, unless I'm specifically looking for someone, I'm terrible.
And
with
even so,
yeah.
I would probably fuck it up.
Your wife is having an affair.
Maybe with that's why
I'm
he
the
came
only
to
one
town
who's
early.
good enough friend to tell you. That's the only answer that I could possibly be.
What are you gonna say about South Congress?
So South Congress is a development where Home Slice is. There's a lot of like old Austin shops that then became new modern hipster shops.
SoCo.
Yeah, it's a cool part, fun part of Austin. I like the fact that the hipster part of SoCo ends when you get to the meat packing company that refuses to move out of there. It's like if you're supposed to bring like a
big
dead deer in.
Bring us your deer for processing.
You just bring it in and give it to them. It's right in the middle of downtown Austin, basically. They have this deer processing.
Do they have like a back loading bay, or do they just shoving dead deer through the front door?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what it is. You just haul it in through the front as long as business hours are going on. And you can and they'll process it and turn it into whatever for you. You can get some jerky if you want. Probably jerky takes a little bit longer. They'll probably just sell you jerky from something else.
Yeah, sausage,
Do they
venison
still
steaks.
do they still make glue from horse?
From horse?
If they make glue from horse, why does the Elmer's glue have a cow on it?
I was gonna say
That doesn't
is that
make
a
sense
cow?
to me.
it's like
It looks like
hooves.
a cow and a pig together.
I thought it was a cow.
The thing always freaked me out.
Is it the same cow that advertises Chick-fil-A?
God damn, when are they going to be done with that ad campaign?
No
Elmer-
idea.
They've stuck with that thing for like 2 decades.
Is it still going on?
I don't know. And yet we had to lose stuff like Grimace and the Hamburgler. Dude, if I make enough money in my life, I know I always said that I wanted to tow trucks, but now I want to go rob McDonald's wearing a Hamburgler costume. I just feel like it would be impossible for anybody to take you seriously if you
Why
dressed
do
as
you
a
need a load of
Hamburgler.
money for that?
What?
It's like to pay bail and stuff because you're a criminal.
To be, yeah. Why would you
Distract
need,
the cops.
Why would you need to be a really?
So
rich-
obviously I'd have to blow up a building across town while I'm doing this,
Yeah,
but
yeah. And that's
takes,
always
that
expensive.
takes money, blowing up buildings.
Okay, I'm down a rabbit hole here, guys. Elmer's glue, the mascot, is Elmer the Bull.
It's a bull?
Yes.
Okay, I can see that.
You know Borden Milk? How they have Bessie the cow?
Is this like a fanfic thing?
Are they in a relationship?
They are married.
No way.
LC had a fictional cartoon mate, Elmer the Bull, who was created in 1940 and lent to Borden's then chemical division as a mascot for Elmer's glue. The pair was given offspring Beulah and Beauregard in 1948 and twins Larrabee and Lobelia in 1957.
Who the fuck at either one of those companies
Wait.
is doing that job?
Why the fuck is there so much backstory to a fucking cartoon cow?
That's me.
Because then when people Google it, they find out shit like this, and it's fascinating. I love stuff like
I
that.
never connected the fact that the Borden had a cow and Elmer's glue had a cow, and apparently they're married and
They're fucking doing it.
What? We'll have a talk later, Barb.
I wonder how
Whatever
it's
that
made.
was.
I wonder how it's made on glue. I want to see the horse go to glue.
Every time you say horse, I'm hearing horse. Every single time.
Horse. Horse.
Horse.
Now
Horse.
say whores.
Whores. I don't want to see a living. I assume it's dead horses, right? Dead horses. Horses.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah,
when you
it's the
say
bones, I think.
slowly.
Also,
I thought it was the foot.
Jello. They make Jello the same way, I think.
Oh.
Like they render.
How do they figure out that feet get sticky?
I don't know. There's a whole Jerry Seinfeld bit about what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Who looked at a horse? It was like somebody's working at the tape factory and they go, "Oh, this tape won't stick right." And then a horse walks by and he goes, "Wait a minute."
Yeah. That's one of my favorite stand-up specials of all time.
Yeah, it is. My kids used to love it.
Elsie the
Oh, she has
cow.
a fucking comic?
Reading a paper?
So is
What?
What is?
Elmer and Elsie, they used to have their own comic line.
Oh my god.
Man, are they going to be in Infinity War? Well, there's Hawkeye right there. He's not even in the fucking trailer.
He made it that. All right, by the way, are you like me? Are you entirely sick of the most ambitious crossover meme?
Yeah.
Yet that meme seems to have run its course about 15 times at this point.
I feel like that resurfaces in different ways every time.
Does it? Does it really?
Like essentially the same way.
Yeah, but just with different things.
Different,
That's what a meme is. What are you drinking?
Lemonade.
Oh.
Just I wanted to advertise Rooster Teeth glassware.
Did you ever hear the lawsuit with Vitamin Water where somebody sued them saying they misled the public on the nutrients in their drink? And the Vitamin Water's response was, no reasonable person could think this is a healthy drink.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, wow, okay.
Wait, about their own drink?
About their own drink. That was their defense.
Are you saying this is not healthy?
No, that's not.
It's sugar water.
It's sugar water.
But it's got...
It's the same with it, like those naked juice drinks.
Yeah.
They're just awful.
You're sighing like you're defeated,
No,
Barbara.
it's only got 5 grams of carbohydrates.
Well, that's the zero version.
Well, you're
also.
drinking the diet version, which is probably you're drinking like xylitol.
Yeah.
And what's the one? What's the one that
Aspartame?
Aspartame, yeah. Anyway,
Aspartame's real bad for you.
South Congress, fucking nightmare. They also have a good candy shop down there, Big Top Candy Shop. You ever
Yes.
been in there?
Yes.
All old
Love
school
it.
candies. Good place to go if you're in town for RTX. But they have this fucked up thing on that street. You guys know where I'm going with this? Okay,
No.
so you go down the street, zip. You're going down the
You're
street.
You're going to talk about parking backwards.
Oh.
You drive in the right lane, there's slanted parking spaces. But the way that should work is you pull into a parking space and you turn to the right and pull in, so they're slanted towards the cars. On South Congress, they're slanted the other direction, so you have to go past the parking space.
They make it easier to pull out of the space than pull in.
But then someone's always tailgating you in Austin.
no, I'm
always.
saying it's bad. It's bad design.
Yeah.
It
Wait,
should
wait,
be
wait. So
easier
the
to pull
front-
into something.
The front is pointed out.
The front, so if you're, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. The parking spaces line up with traffic. So it's like they point in the direction of traffic. So you have to go past the space and then back into the diagonal parking space.
Right. I thought
And-
that's bad. Like I thought when you park, you're meant to park with your wheel at the curb.
And you can see the problem here. And the car in the fucking center didn't do it right.
Right.
That's why they're pointed straight ahead at the camera instead
no
of
one
tilted like everyone
ever
else.
does it right.
Well, he might be
And look
coming
at the guy
out.
in the end. He's like all the way sideways.
It also it causes this thing every time where if someone sees a spot, someone's tailing him right behind, and then he has to stop, put on his blinkers, like I want this spot, and
In
then the
the
person
road.
has to wait for the other lane of traffic to pass so they could go around
Or
him, and it just creates this
someone
traffic
parks
jam.
wrong and they pull in head
Yeah.
first anyway. It's a nightmare.
I've never seen that in any other city. I'm sure Gavin.
also
I travel to
West-
other cities, and I'm only in Austin sometimes. But it's like I don't know who the fuck came up with this.
They also have it on West 6th Street, west of Lamar.
Just put them
It's
back out.
easy. It's easier to get out. But
Yeah.
I will never park in those spots because I don't want to bother trying to get into them.
If someone ever leaves their handbrake off, their car's going to roll away
Roll which way?
into the road.
What are you talking about?
You're
You, don't
pointed
think, you
at,
think
like
a car
this.
can only roll forward? You don't think a car can roll backwards?
That's downhill.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
Do the
Roads
picture
go
again.
like this, buddy.
Yeah, they have
For drainage.
They stop. They're higher in the middle than they are on the end.
That picture, they were pointing downwards.
The fuck are you?
It might just be the picture that looks like that, but no, they.
Yeah. You know you're in over
You
your
ever
head.
been driving down the road? And there's a big river in the middle of the road. You ever seen that? No, because
The cars
drainage.
aren't going to go like this into the middle.
Trains are at the side.
Can we
Well,
get a
you're-
cross section of a
straight.
road?
What
for
you're
fuck's sake?
thinking about, Mr. Gavin Free, what I believe you're thinking about is in places like San Francisco, California, which has a geology and topography filled with hills. They will turn their wheel towards the curb, so in case their car fails, the emergency brake fails, it'll steer into the curb instead of just like driving on down the fucking hill.
But you just said the road does that.
Okay,
Well, there's
a
two
hill,
hills on it there. There's
a
two
hill,
slopes.
a hill is a different thing than just a regular flat road. You recognize that, right?
Well, okay. So if you put a ball down and it rolls, that's what I'm on about.
Okay, but there it would roll to the side of the road. It wouldn't roll anywhere. It's a flat fucking road. It's a flat road. It's not rolling anywhere.
The whole road is flat.
I mean, is it flat? I mean, flat? No, but it's fucking flat.
It's
yes.
something, okay, imagine a hill that's going down and you're parking downhill. If you turn your wheel into the curb and your brake fails, you go into the curb. If you turn that way, you'll go into the road. But the road
my
Congress
point.
is not facing downwards. It's straight.
Oh, yeah,
So that's South Congress.
actual South Congress footage.
There you go. Well, by the way,
that's
who
San
the fuck is
Francisco.
parking those cars? Somebody's parked in somebody's doorway.
San Francisco.
What is that though?
How?
I mean,
someone is parked like right in front of someone's door.
I don't recall ever being on any streets in San Francisco where people park
That is
perpendicular to the curb.
weird parking.
I've seen that if you go
On
close
residential?
to like that windy street, it's like that.
Yeah. Okay. That's a fucked up town. There's gonna be no way people can live there at some point. It's just like they're not gonna have anything but tech companies, and there's gonna be no other businesses around because only these high level Silicon Valley tech companies are gonna be able to afford any of that stuff there.
Like the
There'll be
cost
like
of
no
living.
restaurants or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because people won't be able to afford it.
I was talking to Alfredo about that today because he used to live in San Francisco. And he was talking about the cost of living there is ridiculous.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the kind of funny guys staying in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, the cost of living there. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. He said that if you're paying under $2,000 for anything, you're living with at least 3 more people, probably. 2 or
Ashley
3 more
paid
people.
$1,000 a month to live, and she was one of 5 roommates.
Yeah.
It's like what?
It's
Sharing
insane.
bathrooms and shit. $1,000 a month.
I'm trying
No.
to see where it ends up on the world's most expensive cities. Like,
I know
can't-
Vancouver is up there.
London's got to be more expensive than San Francisco.
No, I agree. I just don't know how is that sustainable? I would never open a business in London.
Oh, whoops.
I mean, what? What day is this? So we announced our plans to expand into the UK. First order of business there is we're fixing the UK store. Like we're getting it up to snuff.
Can I work
With-
there?
Do you want to go to the UK? Ellie was excited about it.
No, I want to work here.
You want to stay in America? So you like America better. You complain about milk,
No, I like the people here, for sure.
so you hate English
And
people.
the weather.
I don't hate English people, but
You like the sun?
there's stuff to like about both. I wouldn't
Yeah.
live here if I hated it.
I like Austin.
We should probably point something out.
What?
Gavin is not falling into that trend of gamer personalities coloring their hair stupid colors. Something happened that his
Oh,
hair
this is from a between the games. It's not dye. It's just paint I couldn't get off my face.
Yeah,
I'll,
so-
I'll work on it later.
Chat's been asking like crazy. I've been intentionally.
Oh, I
ignoring-
would
I've
imagine.
been
When I
intentionally
looked at him, I
ignoring
thought
them.
for sure.
It's like it's also UV-ish.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like very reflective.
Did you
in
have
UV
that
light.
light with you to, like,
I
in case
still had it
someone
in my
asked?
pocket.
Oh.
You're probably getting cancer.
It's funny. I didn't even notice that it was on your hair for, like, the longest time talking to you today because you were standing
Like Rufio.
in a light where I thought it was just reflecting some red into your hair from...
Yeah, you came like a foot away from me, even touched my face, and didn't notice.
No. It wasn't until you showed me the video of that happening to you where I was like, oh, it's still in your hair.
He walked up on the set and he's like, "Hey, let me show you a video I filmed today." And he showed it to me, and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh!" And I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, I hadn't noticed it
Yeah.
either." It's like you just.
It's like the time I
Tuned
shaved
it out.
half my beard and nobody noticed.
I think I noticed that.
Eventually,
Yeah.
it's like
Didn't
an hour.
Marshall Rimmer do something where he wore the same shirt every day for 3 weeks to see if anyone would notice, and no one did?
I don't remember
Who's
that.
this?
It sounds
Marshall
like something
Rimmer?
he would do.
Didn't he do that like back in 636?
Yeah, nobody noticed.
Didn't you also live
He
there?
might
for a
still
bit?
be wearing that
He
shirt.
also lived there.
Yeah, there was a Australian broadcaster who wore the same suit every day for a year, and at the end of the year, pointed out that if his female counterpart had done that even for 2 or 3 days, they would have gone after. Nobody said anything about the fact that he wore the exact same outfit for an entire fucking
It's
year.
a good experiment.
Yeah,
That's why
it was a
guys
good
only really
experiment.
need one suit for
Yeah.
every fancy occasion.
How many suits you got?
7. Oh,
I own one. I finally bought one. I've never worn it.
You never had a suit?
No.
Oh, wait, what did you marry Jack and Katie with?
I was wearing that blue suit jacket.
Oh, just a jacket.
Yeah.
you rented it. Oh, never mind.
No, I own that
Gus
blue
used to have, if I may, Gus used to have a vest problem.
one. Oh yeah.
He would wear vests.
It was the mid to late 90s.
Never was cool. Never was cool.
It was a vest.
It was a different time.
You mean like a waistcoat?
Not like sweater vests.
No, like a vest.
No, like a vest at a formal event, he'd wear a vest. and
Like the
not-
thing you're supposed to wear under the
Yeah,
jacket.
there you go.
I think my little brother wore those when he was 6 to bar mitzvahs.
It was probably the same time.
That's very
it was
true.
probably the same around the same year.
Late 90s.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, speaking of which, I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by. Shit, what were we talking about?
I think every dating service, every dating app should be paid.
Why? Just to filter out people.
Yeah, bots and garbage. You don't have to worry so much about it, I don't think, because there's a bunch of real dudes on there. But there's fake. I've never been on any dating apps.
I can't
but
say I disagree with
it
you.
seemed like a bunch of fake ladies on there.
Probably. Fake everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake men?
I think we're also in a different position. I'm not talking about dating sites specifically, but social media in general, where people know who we are, so we don't have that level of anonymity. So, we definitely would lean more towards being like, yeah, people should pay and have their real information.
Yeah.
I think people
that
should
kind of
pay
stuff.
for anything where you have to make an account.
There was a dating app I used when I was single
I didn't think through that whole statement. I'm just making statements over here.
where they would show if people were verified. Like they had to verify their identity. I think they would take a picture of themselves on the camera and the app would match their face with the pictures that they had on the profile. And it would like show a little verified, essentially tick.
What's stopping them from just holding up a picture of a picture they've given?
And then they say like, hold a banana.
I think it's like a couple different angles and stuff like that.
Mugshot.
I don't know how they would. I never did it.
Use the iPhone 10 facial detection camera.
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to show a poster. Where is it?
Behind you.
We put this
Oh,
poster
God.
on sale in the Rooster Teeth store, and the Rooster Teeth store tweeted a photo of it, but I felt like
Doesn't
it
do it
didn't
justice.
It didn't do it justice. It just
Yeah.
show off
This
like
one is like super shiny. It's actually going overboard with it right now.
yeah. I'm
these
also
lights.
trying to angle it into the lights. But
These are some high powered lights we're sitting under.
yeah, it's limited edition
Foil?
red versus blue.
Is that good way to say that?
Bam!
Foil?
poster.
That
I
means
love
it's
it.
expensive.
Check it out.
Was that the one that you showed or someone showed at the all hands meeting and everyone went?
Everyone
"Whoa."
went,
It was like,
"Woo."
ooh, yeah. Everyone was like,
What's up with the
super
back
impressed. Oh, what?
What's
That one
about?
is not
If
for
you want to
sale.
buy this, just send me a direct message.
We should
That's from my birthday party.
we
at
should sell that
Live
one on
Feed.
Extra Life or something. Or not sell, but raffle it off.
What birthday was that?
But this isn't a birthday. This was after a t-ball game. This is when I lived in Texas City.
Show the
So
show the photo.
I'm
again.
probably
I love that Gavin
5
thinks
in
that
that
you
photo.
dressed up in a baseball outfit and got a trophy on your birthday. That's literally what he came up with when he saw that photo.
I think I'm 5.
Is it just because it was a kid and it's a photo, you assumed it was a birthday party?
No, I just heard him say birthday, but he was talking about his recent
It's really weird
birthday.
because the way the angle that you have it at now on the camera, it looks like your hand is around whoever
Oh, yeah.
like adult you're next to.
It's my mother.
Also, what is your baseball team name? Are you on the Petite?
Oh wait, no, this isn't. This is So it was sponsored by a local kettle.
Oh, kettle.
Oh, your shirt says kettle.
So it says kettle. So I was older than that. I was probably 7 in this photo.
Could we please make a shirt for the RT store that just says kettle?
Kettle, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do you have a?
Is kettle still around?
I was just about to ask that. Do you have any kettles around you anywhere? There was a kettle.
There was a
down
kettle
on
in Eagle Pass, but it's gone.
What is it?
There was one on South Lamar, like a Denny's or a IHOP.
There used to be one on 35 down by like Old Torf, but
It's
that's
little-
gone.
I guess the closest restaurant, if you know what this is, it was closest to like a Marie Callender's, if you know what that
Yeah.
is. Okay. It was kettle. It was, if I recall correctly, the logo was like a yellow. It looked like a cauldron.
Yes.
And it had kettle written
Oh, that
on
was
the side.
blue and yellow. I thought.
Oh, that was black and yellow. Okay. I'm
Kettle.
working from memory here. So
So you
looking it
say
up.
blue and yellow.
I say black.
You say black and yellow. You say
I say
blue
black and yellow. The letters were definitely black.
Which would it be? Oh,
That's blue and yellow.
wow!
That's not at all
guys.
how I remember it, but okay. I will take your word for
Kinda
it.
Why
looks
don't you
like
use a
the,
picture of a
uh,
kettle?
It looks like
I
Kraft
wonder
mac
why.
and cheese.
Looks like what?
Kraft mac and cheese almost.
Kettle means different things in different
like the
places.
Kraft logo.
Oh, I see.
That's also blue and yellow.
Oh.
isn't it?
You think
There
it's
is-
tea kettle?
There's a black and yellow version.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe that's what you had where you grew up. I had blue and yellow.
Regional.
Okay. Look at, we're both right. It's a milestone moment on the podcast. Everyone gets to be right.
All right. So last week I had the amazing idea to have beds in economy on flights. Not to talk about flights all the time. Now I've had a new good idea about planes.
Someone tweeted me. I guess Airbus is going to modify some planes so passengers can lay down on the lower levels of the
Yeah.
plane.
In the hold?
Yeah.
Did they hear this podcast?
They're listening to us. And people also were sending us stories about airlines that are going to have seats where you have to stand up the whole time.
There was
One of
a
those bar, like
It's
the
like, yeah, you
handles?
kind of just like stand and you're just
Oh,
more compressed.
awful.
Yeah. Anyway, what was your new brilliant idea?
Right. When the plane crashes.
Not if. When.
Yeah. The overhead bins lock.
You look so pleased with yourself.
All right.
That'll-
why don't they just,
that'll
instead
save
of
'em.
when the plane crashes, why not just a button that the flight attendants can push to lock them? In fact, that would be good.
We don't want to lock them unless it crashes.
Or
No.
why not have another button that says "Don't crash"?
Yeah, exactly.
they're
That's what
like-
I was saying. If they're building in these things of like to detect crashes, it's like just don't crash the plane. How
Why
about
not lock them and then if you want to get something out of it during the flight, you just have to like a baby lock.
But why would you want to lock it in the flight?
You're assigned a key,
So that
and
they
then you
don't-
have a locker in the overhead bin space.
No. Why
and
would
then
you
you have
wanna
to
do
go
that?
and
But
unlock.
Barb, he's
Doesn't make any
specifically saying
sense.
to prevent people from going
I
into
don't
that.
make sense.
Oh, I thought you meant so like they don't like fly open and have everyone's bags faff about.
No, I'm saying so that when the plane crashes and people have to get off, they're not getting their luggage because it like tears the slides and everyone's an idiot and people are trying to pull their...
They need their stuff.
Yeah. Lock them out. I think it's a great idea.
That makes
Also,
sense.
just give the flight attendant the ability to hit lock, like on a car, bonk, and it locks them all. And that way, when the seatbelt sign is on and somebody stands up, they can't get into the thing. So they're like, I can't get in there anyway. So
There's always going to be someone who like needs their medication right there.
it's very true. It's very true.
But I feel like if the plane's crashed, it's like the plane will blow up if you don't get off. Go.
I was once one of those people. And it's, I did get...
Did a plane crash?
No, I was one of those people who was like, I need this, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I need this right now. Where I was on a plane with Teddy, and I think it was like 6, and the whole fucking flight, I'm saying to him, do you have to go to the bathroom? No. All right, begin initial descent. Light goes on. As soon as the light goes on, Teddy goes, I go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, well, let's go now because the light just went on. Flight attendant would not let us go to the bathroom. But descent is like 20 minutes.
It's longer. And they usually
longer,
make that announcement like 34, or
34 minutes in advance.
I was going to say 30 or 40, but it's not 40. Probably like 25, 30 minutes before. Yeah.
And you guys can relate to this. We were flying into LAX, so I knew we were going to get on the ground. Then we're going to be on the tarmac for probably 20 minutes waiting to get a gate.
Definitely don't let you get up then.
And it's like, we tried to roll with it a little bit, made it like 10 minutes, and then he's like literally like squirming in his seat. And the bathroom was like right next to us. We were all the way in the back of the plane. We're right there next to the bathroom. So I stood him up and I said, let's just go and try again. So we get up and she goes, no, he needs to sit down. And I said, we have a situation here. It's an emergency. He's got to go to the bathroom. And then it was just like, we argued about it. And I was just like, go in the bathroom. I'll argue with
just
her.
put him in, let him do it, and then you can...
God, it's just like, it sucked.
You can taunt her, keep her aggro.
Yeah.
I had a flight attendant
I was like, I'll take responsibility of everything,
There was a flight attendant on a flight I was on that yelled at someone once for getting up during the descent to go to the bathroom when it was already on. Like, I guess this guy got up or tried to get up, and she told him to sit down. He said he had to go to the bathroom, and she said, we're in descent. A minute or two passed, and I guess maybe she turned around. He got up again, and all we hear down the aisle is, sir, what did I say? And everyone's like looking back at this woman, like yelling at him, and it was terrifying. I was like, I've never heard someone speak to someone that way on a plane.
So are you allowed to piss in the vomit bags? If you have to?
Yeah. Sure.
I think you could do whatever you want in those vomit bags.
Airplane sick bag.
I mean, is it just like a waste bag?
I just typed that.
I think you can actually use the vomit bags for dirty diapers. I think that's another use for them. We refer to them as barf bags, but I think it's also you can be used for dirty diapers, I believe.
Because if it holds liquid vomit, piss should be fine.
Yeah, probably.
Liquid vomit.
Well, sometimes vomit's chunky, but
a lot
sometimes...
easier when you got a penis. I'm trying to, in my mind, I'm thinking, as a woman, how do I do this?
You got no directional spray at all? You can't do anything? Like...
Oh, it's a pretty straight stream usually, but it's still just like getting the vagina.
Well, you could bag your vag.
Yeah, the bag moves.
But I feel like it would still because you're sitting, so it's still like trickling down way. It's not going. I don't have like hard stream where it's just like it's still kind of trickling.
But right, if you edge off the seat, right, and then you just bag the whole thing.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because I was trying to think, how would I avoid being arrested for having my penis out on a plane? And I'd have to put the bag over the fly, unzip it, and then just do it all contained in the bag.
But then you still have to angle it down, because if you pee with the bag just up, it's going to come back towards you.
Yeah, you'd have to be on the edge of the seat.
Yeah.
So Patrick just sent me a story from July of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
The headline is, Airplane Uproar as Passenger Lets Child Urinate into Sick Bag. Vietnam Airlines passengers come under fire for letting her son urinate into a sick bag in his seat instead of using the airplane toilets.
If it's like instead when they could have used the toilets, I get that. But if it was...
Is there any more to it?
The woman at the center of the incident is said to be a famous Vietnamese singer and has since been outed on social media. When questioned by the chief steward as to why she did not take her son to the lavatory, the woman ignored him, said the passenger.
Oh, that's
wow.
the worst.
Just didn't feel like it.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine feeling like someone's speaking directly to you and you don't even have to return like acknowledgement of their existence? I can't imagine that.
People are like that in first class if you try and get them to move.
Or they'll just say no.
That's happened to you before?
What? Yes.
I see it all the time.
If you ask somebody to move in first class, like you get an upgraded ticket and you get into first class and you ask people to move, 90% of the time is no. In normal seating and economy, it's like 75, 80% sure I'll move.
Yeah, I saw it on the way back from Portland just the other week.
People in fucking first class are
there's a
dickheads.
couple that was separated, and the guy asked the passenger next to him if he could move so he could sit next to his wife, and the other random passenger was like, no. But luckily for them, some other person heard and was
Yeah.
like, here, just come. I'll
I've
switch
done
with
that
you guys."
many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I'll switch with you.
Yeah.
I understand if it's like you're in a window and someone wants you to move to an aisle or middle or whatever it is. But if it's like this aisle to this aisle or whatever it is.
It's literally, I'm already sitting and leave me alone. I'm too important to.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Do you know what you
so
talk
have you just
about-
never asked or you just never been told no?
I haven't asked a lot. There's been maybe 3 or 4 times I've ever asked.
Mm-hmm.
And all the times it's been sure.
God, no.
I would also never ask.
So with that Southwest 1380 flight happened after our podcast last week.
Oh,
So-
the window one?
Yeah.
So the engine exploded, and some of it hit the window,
Yep.
and a woman got almost sucked out,
Yes. Partially sucked out.
partially
And
sucked.
it
So
pulled
did her
back in.
head come out?
I don't know. I mean, that's all they've really
Oh.
said.
I guess I assumed it like sucked her out up to like her hips.
That's what I had assumed too, but the
Yeah.
windows are small.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying both? You imagine both shoulders going through?
I have nothing to back that up.
I
just
imagine
wanna-
it was like a head and an arm or something.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
but enough to.
Head and arm, yeah.
Yeah, and the person next to her apparently didn't have the strength to pull her back in, which that says nothing about that person's strength. That's
I imagine that's difficult.
incredibly difficult. And then there was a point in time, I guess, after they maybe got down to a certain altitude or a certain speed, that there were 2 guys came over and were able to pull her back in the plane, but they tried to give her CPR, but she died.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's fucked up. And the pilot was amazing. Did you hear some of the radio calls from her?
Oh, yeah, yeah. of
She's a former Navy pilot.
Yes.
She was the first woman pilot to fly an F-18, and she's cool as a cucumber.
Oh, you
on
so
the-
you listened to the flight recording?
on that right? They were airing it on
Yeah.
the news. Yeah,
Huh.
Yeah, was-
she's just like
I haven't heard
she's
it.
like yeah. I'm totally paraphrasing here. She's like identifies the flight Southwest Flight 1138. Need to make an emergency landing. We had an incident where the engine exploded. We're missing a piece of the aircraft. It's like that's a big thing to say.
No,
We're
she
missing a-
said whiskey
Yeah.
piece of the aircraft, and one of the passengers went out.
one of the passengers. I'm told one of the passengers.
And the tower's like, "Did one of the passengers went out?" And she's like, yes.
Yes. Anyway, so,
I feel like in all those situations, the person in the tower is the human, and the pilots are just in pilot emergency mode, where they're just
Right.
like information only. Like the guy who landed the plane in the Hudson, he's like, we'll be in the Hudson,
yeah. No, we're not gonna make that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be in the Hudson.
and,
See you there.
everyone else is like, did he say he was gonna be in the Hudson?
I can tell you from personal experience from my flight training, emergency procedures for landing the plane is like flight number 5. And then you practice it almost every time, which is basically, in my experience, the instructor just basically goes, yoink, and pulls out the accelerator, or the throttle. He pulls out the throttle. Accelerator. He pulls out the throttle and like basically stalls the plane all of a sudden. And then when you're climbing or something, and he goes, okay, now emergency procedure. So then you have to get the plane to stable flight, and then you just have to start scanning, and then you basically make the radio call that says, Mayday, there's 2 people on board. This is what we look like when we're mangled on the ground. This is what we're going to look like.
What happens if you crash into a piece of garlic bread? What's the procedure? at that point?
Mid-flight?
Yeah.
Did you make
it's
it
a
or
growing
not?
concern.
Is it frozen?
Who made this?
My chances of that happening are now more significant than they were a week ago.
Yeah.
Before it was 0 chance of hitting garlic bread in the sky. Now there is some chance that could have possibly happen.
Is it legal to do it?
I think you have to be in a certain place, like
So-
because you have to. I think you have to have a certain qualification to be able to purchase and use those kinds of balloons. And then,
Yeah.
so you have to know where you can use them.
It would
and
be
where you
cool to
can't.
do one from here.
Don't little kids do it at their schools though? Then they send a teddy bear up with a camera?
I guess maybe a different kind of balloon. I don't know. Yeah. Now you know about other stuff that's been sent to space.
Oh.
No, I didn't know about food and stuff to space. You were talking about people
like a
people
fucking
send food to space all the time. It's a thing. I've
inventing
never
the wheel
heard of it.
over
I also don't think of it as sending it to space. I don't know, because it just hits the atmosphere.
Well, this was like kids in elementary school. They were trying to
Oh,
send
now
their-
you know what near space is.
Okay, are you that offended?
Near space. In space is different.
Bullshit.
Well, he did
Everyone
say
knows
send it to
everything
the
now.
edge of space, right?
But yeah. At first, when he said that, I was like, "There's no such thing as the edge of space."
I
Space
made
just
lemonade
Goes
for
on and on
everybody.
and on and on.
And I made some lemonade.
Thanks.
Just like that guy made
Good,
garlic
'cause,
bread.
my mouth's pretty salty right now. Do you see that that kid from Australia who flew to Bali by himself?
A 12-year-old.
A 12-year-old. And
I fucking love Australia.
Sydney was mad at his family, so he decided he wanted to leave. And he somehow got his passport from his grandmother, a credit card from his mother, and booked a flight to Bali. And then he flew to Perth, connected in Perth, and flew to Bali, and went to Bali.
Just to shoot the shit? Like, what was he doing there?
I guess his family vacationed there every year.
But
He's
did he
I like this.
practice the emergency procedures?
He probably could not sit in the exit row.
Oy.
But they said that he also had a hotel lined up and was able to check into the hotel by saying that he was traveling with his older sister and that she was going to be showing up later.
It's like it's
I
like
like
Home
it.
Alone.
Home Alone 2.
Yeah, in New York. I was supposed to say New Orleans.
This kid's great.
Wrong city.
It's awesome. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I
He's
can't
going to be in prison, probably.
imagine doing that.
At some point in his life. Just doesn't think the rules apply to him. But the fact that he can talk his way into situations at 12.
He had to try 3 times to get on a plane. He booked one flight, and the airline would not let him on the plane because he was unaccompanied. He booked a second flight. They would not let him on the plane because he was unaccompanied, didn't have a letter from his parents. He booked a third flight with a different airline, and they let him on.
Nice.
Which airline?
Jetstar.
I knew it.
They're gonna get so fined.
There's going to be
For
so many
letting a
kids on those flights
12-year-old
now.
12-year-old leave the country
Jetstar
unsupervised.
sucks.
How old do you have to be to fly on your own?
I
That's
think
a
you could be
good
pretty young.
question.
Because you can fly on your own as long as you go through that program where kids fly on their own, right?
Right. As long as, yeah.
And they have one of the airline
Unaccompanied
employees
minor?
watching you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Ages
escorting
of
you.
unaccompanied minors.
I feel like I've seen someone as young as
this is a weird thing to have in your search.
8.
Yeah. Well, I looked up pissing in airline sick bags a little while ago, so that one's on you.
Young adults ages 15 to 17 may travel alone.
15 to 17.
That's specifically on United.
I've seen younger
So there you go.
kids
So
alone
why
on
not just say
planes.
15?
Because I think after 17 they're not a minor, so it doesn't matter.
I just don't think you need that.
Above age 15, sure, why not? I mean,
Okay,
they don't have
you-
access to the unaccompanied
Burnie.
minor program.
Email them right now, please.
I'm not talking to United.
Let them know.
A garbage ass airline. So do we? So if the Southwest incident happened after last week's podcast, and we didn't talk about the weird safety record that Southwest has,
Oh, right.
it's bizarre, their safety record. And this is just this is essentially the third air related fatality. I'm sure people have died on planes from natural causes and
Right.
things, but they've never had a crash where
Well-
everyone on the crash died.
Right.
Right? That's typically how airlines rack up fatalities.
Right.
Southwest has essentially, besides people dying on the planes of natural causes, as far as I know, they have 3 fatalities.
I believe that's correct.
The first one was pre 9/11. A dude on the plane got agitated and started banging on the cockpit door, even before I guess they were locked, and was messing with the cockpit door. So the other passengers stomped him to death.
Well, they tried to restrain him and basically smothered him.
They smothered him.
You sat on him to death, right?
They sat on him.
Jeez.
There was an altercation, and then they wrestled him to the ground and sat on him, smothered him. This one where the lady got sucked out of the plane, that's such a specific thing, and it killed this one person. And then the other one was the plane overran the runway, went off the runway, went through the fence, and hit a car on the road and killed the person in the car. So someone was in a vehicle to plane
Holy
car
fuck.
accident and killed the person. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe it was a child in a car seat.
Oh, was that what it
Oh,
was?
man.
Dude, really?
I think so.
Man, so it's just a weird set of statistically almost impossible things, but they have not had a crash where they killed a bunch of people.
What would that even be like explaining to the family? Little Timmy got hit by a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at
that's
that
why
point, are
he's
you in
dead.
a plane crash or a car crash?
Bit of both.
Yep, definitely both. Yeah, I think when you and I were texting about it, you have to use so many qualifiers when you're talking about Southwest's safety record because
Yeah.
it's so many bizarre. I mean, not so many. It's so few incidents, but they're all very bizarre when they do happen.
I get so much anxiety when I fly Southwest only because I don't have a reserved seat and I don't like everyone rushing in and
You gotta check in early, make sure
Yeah.
you get a good boarding number.
I like the idea of just being able to go onto the plane whenever you're ready to go because you have a seat there waiting for you.
So did they think a piece of the propeller part flew off?
I believe that's what they've said
there was
so far.
stress on
The
the metal.
turbine.
One of the blades.
But then it just exploded
metal
the entire
fatigue.
thing through the cowling and everything?
That is
When
that
was
is
this?
a
This is
mechanical environment you
this
don't
past
want
week?
to interrupt. Yeah, the Southwest flight. One of the, when you look in there, it looks like the fan blades
Yeah.
for the turbine. One of them broke and basically went back to the
I just
the
can't
engine.
believe, because they're designed to survive bird strikes up to certain sizes, where a bird could just fly into them and everything stays cool. But just the fact that one little bit snapped off and the whole thing exploded like that is mental.
I think
It's crazy.
a piece of solid titanium's stronger than a bird.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
but
that
still,
was,
do you remember the old internet video? It's been around forever of the guy on the aircraft carrier deck who gets sucked into the F-18 engine, and he comes out the other side. Like the engine explodes, and the guy gets shot out the other side, and then he kind of like stumbles around, like he's moving.
Yeah.
He's not shredded.
He walks it off.
Well, do you know
I don't know if he walks it
do you know
off,
what
but-
happened in that incident? Why
No.
he survived? He did not have the chin strap on his helmet. So when he got sucked in, his helmet got sucked off of his head. The helmet went through the turbine, shredded all of it, and broke it all. That's why he was able to come out.
So he
the
just
other
went
end.
through with like residual suction from
Right.
before it. Oh my
It's a
god!
lot of force, dude. It's a lot of force.
He must have been so confused as to where he was.
That might have been the thing too, where it's like, and I'm a spoiler alert. I've never worked on the deck of an aircraft carrier, but I get the feeling like there's been a few times you get close to that, whatever that vortex zone is, where you can probably feel the pull, and you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't do that. But this guy probably just like realized he's pointing no return. He gets sucked into this fucking engine.
Oh, is this the video?
This looks like
not
it.
too gruesome, is it?
No,
Not
I
too
mean the guy
gruesome at all.
survives.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Are we showing it?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going out. But he just kind of stands up. You see the intakes right there.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah, he
it
just goes
sucks him
straight
like
in.
round the corner. Whoop, flipping out.
Yeah,
Yeah, he survived, huh? There he goes.
And he was fine?
I don't know if he's
I don't know, I
fine.
think-
Well,
He
so he
lived.
It was
survived.
medium.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was-
Just medium.
was he well done?
yeah. Let me read this thing here. I want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is also brought to you by.
Do you know what's interesting? The kid who booked that flight was born, the one that flew to, what was it, Bali?
Oh, right.
He was born after YouTube started.
He was born in season 3 of Red vs. Blue. After season 4. At that point, Red vs. Blue wasn't even funny.
I might have
But
brought
that's
this,
how long-
might have brought this up a while ago, but someone pointed out to me that people who are applying to college now, who I guess at this point are in college, are born in the year 2000.
Mhm.
Like those kids are going to college now. That's
Yeah.
mind blowing to me.
But see, I think about it too because I use Steam, and as I'm going through and I'm looking at, there's this service they have on Steam, and I don't know why I use it, but I do it all the time. Do you guys use the queue on Steam where it presents you with a queue in the store?
What do you mean?
It's like a custom queue of just like it gives you 12 games it thinks you might like,
Oh.
and it's like you
Oh,
go from
I've
one to
done
the
that
next.
before. Yeah.
Dude, I think I do that like every time I load up Steam. I don't know what my problem is. But what happens is you go to a game page and it says, oh, this game is for mature audiences. Enter your birthday. And it used to be I used to hit it and then scroll to like 1950 and then say okay. But now it's like I get to like 2000. I go, oh, I guess it's far enough. And I hit it. It's, like, it's really weird to like,
Yeah.
oh, I just scroll down to like a
That
2000.
person's 18.
Yeah, January 1st, 2000. That person's 18.
Mm-hmm.
Blech.
The doc came out.
Yeah, the Rooster Teeth doc came out.
Did we talk about it? I guess not, because it came out on Friday.
Yeah,
The
but-
20th?
Yeah, I guess it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we mentioned it a bunch when we were in the process of like making it and editing it and everything like that. I thought they did a great job on it.
Did a great
Yeah.
job.
It was made me really emotional, but like in a good way. I felt very nostalgic watching it.
Me too. I had another nostalgic moment, not to take away from our discussion of the doc, but JD was playing Halo 3 on the PC. There's a community mod for it called, oh geez, I'm going to mess it up.
I feel like we were just talking about Halo 3 not being on the PC like a week ago.
We were. Halo 3 PC download.
People
What's it
are
called?
listening to the podcast and they're
El
changing
Dorito?
things.
El Dorito, that's it. I knew I was going to get it wrong. But it's he was playing Valhalla on the PC and playing with other people and like with moddable. And they had elephants on Valhalla and everything else. And it was like super, super nostalgic to see Valhalla. I don't know why. It was just like, I guess because I've gone back to the Blood Gulch environment a number of different times. And I guess just Valhalla, once we left it, we never went back. And it was just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's really bizarre.
God, just Teddy playing Halo to me, period, is weird because I remember like working in your spare bedroom and he was so young and he always wanted to like get the controllers and see what we were doing, but you didn't let him play because he was so young. I mean, he was like a toddler. He could barely walk around. And now he's playing modded Halo 3.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, Valhalla was so much more fun than Ragnarok, even though they're the same map, kind of.
Ragnarok was in what?
Halo 4?
Room 4?
Or was it Reach? It was one of them after Halo 3.
Halo 5?
Was it Halo 5?
Looks like it. Halo 4? 4.
So what'd you think of the doc?
I thought it was great. It was cool. It was really cool to see footage I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And I guess the only office I'd never been to was your bedroom. When he's having to go on that sandwich.
I just thought I'd take a bite.
But
I'm excited.
It made me realize that of the 5 offices we've had, I've been in 4 of them. That's crazy to me to think of.
Even the one by the railroad?
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was an intern back then, right? Or 15?
I literally found a picture of Gavin in there and sent it to him because he didn't have any photos of himself in the Butte office.
Damn.
The only thing I remember you doing was talking to YouTube about the Rooster Teeth channel on that bar, or like that little seated area in the kitchen
area. I was like, can we have this YouTube account, please?
That's
Did you see that footage of Dan Godwin's one day in that office?
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. It was.
There's more of that on the Strangerhood DVD.
Is there?
Well. There's like a whole part about Dan working there.
Really?
It was weird. I said this. We had a screening here in Austin last week for the doc, and there was a little Q&A session at the end of it, and I mentioned this. I think it was at the end of that Q&A, but it was interesting to see that doc because, like, for 15 years, I've only ever seen my photos of those experiences.
Right.
So, like, I shared a lot of photos, and you shared a lot of photos. I'm sure other people did too, but I think we probably contributed the most. So, seeing it from your perspective was interesting, like to see things that I'd forgotten about, or to see myself in the photos, because whenever I took them, I'm not in them.
That's exactly it. Because no one else really took photos, there's not many pictures of Gus or I. Unless it's like an event or something like
Yeah,
that.
because you guys took the most of them.
So all the ones I saw of me, I assumed you took them. Yeah.
There's a clip that I completely forgot about, and it was when Jeff and I were having this sort of slap off where we're trying to slap each other once a day. And you started filming.
I had just got a new video camera. It was one of the first things I recorded.
And I was just sat next to Jeff, and then you were like, hey, Gavin, can you go and like move the dolly?
Move the red.
Yeah, move the red. And then I went over and I pretend to move it a little bit.
Well, you can see you in the video catch on.
Yeah.
We only have a clip. Like, I go, go move the dolly. You're like, okay. And he gets up because he's sitting next to Jeff. And he gets up and he moves. I go, that's good. As soon as he touches it, he goes. And
Yeah.
then like,
you were basically saying slap Jeff in the face. I hit him so hard.
I thought they put in a sound effect. That's
they
how hard
might
you
have,
hit him.
but I didn't realize I thumped him in the face.
you know what? That clip, I can put up the raw clip. He hits him so hard, it's so loud when he hits him. And the best part about it is like Jeff doesn't react to it.
Jeff carries on.
He gets a second, but he just keeps talking. But he hits him so hard, the rest of the clip is out of sync, the audio.
Oh, because
when you play it back. Yeah. It goes kunk, and like the audio, and then the rest of it's out of sync.
I slapped the video out of the
it's great.
Clap.
It's really great.
And that was 9 years ago now at this point.
One of the tough parts about this doc is going back and finding. I had to go get tapes and high tapes and stuff like that. But all the codecs for all the digital stuff is gone. Yeah, so I had to pull this stuff up, and luckily that one was one of the very first cameras that I had bought.
That was 5D, right?
Yeah, no, that was that. Remember that Sanyo with the fold-out screen?
Oh yeah.
That one, yeah, that's what that was from.
That was looking back at all those photos was a walk back through shitty cell phone camera.
Oh, it
history.
was. So absolutely.
It was like,
absolutely.
In those early iPhone days, like if you were not in the sun, you couldn't see anything. It was bound to be blurry and out of focus, and just, like all fucked up.
There was one clip, I can't remember which DVD it was on. It was behind the scenes on something. It's where you're driving, I think you're driving to San Diego, and there's this little moment where you're like documenting the trip, and then you pull the camera back out, and someone makes a joke about how nothing's changed, and you go, something has changed. I white balanced, and there's like a bit of text comes up explaining what a white balance is.
It's in the doc?
No,
That's not in the
that was
doc,
just in a clip on some DVD. I just can't remember which DVD. But I always remember finding that a really funny clip. Such a random moment to put on a DVD.
It was cool watching it back because I've been following Rooster Teeth since 2004, but it wasn't until a couple years after that I really started to know like what you guys look like and what the office looked like and all that stuff. So seeing that footage, even like being a fan at that time, I feel like I still didn't know what anything was. And so watching the doc back, it's like, oh, they were in this office when they made this video and in this place when they did that. It's just like a really cool perspective.
From our perspective, I haven't really talked to you. I guess I talked to you about it today, actually. It's weird for us because we feel like we've told all those stories 20,000 fucking times.
Yeah.
And then we make this doc and put the footage in there and everything. And people who work here, like Alan Abney came up to us, he goes, that was crazy. Because I didn't know you guys like We're in a bedroom working.
What?
How did you not know that?
It's company lore.
Or
at
something.
this
He said he didn't know the offices. You know, I don't know if he
Yeah.
specifically said he didn't know that we were in a bedroom. But
I
it's
didn't know
like,
you had
that is the
a-
reaction that people have had of just like, oh, I didn't realize this is what it was like in those early days.
I had no idea that like the train was such an issue.
God
for
damn
you
that
guys for
fucking
filming.
train.
I had no idea until watching that doc that you guys had any issue with
I
that.
think if you watch the season 4 commentary, we're yelling because we can't record for an hour and a half straight because like 5 trains come by.
Oh God.
Actually, to be fair, the train was bad. The buses at Congress were 10 times
The
worse.
buses were worse.
Because that front of that building was just like, there was no like good seal on the windows.
Yeah, the windows. You would
Shake.
close the windows and you would close that door as well for that room, and you still hear them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they were
conference
in the room.
Right.
The conference room was the worst room to be in because it was right at the front. So that's where we decided to do our first live action video.
I still remember coming to that office on Congress because I was coming to visit. You were in town. It's like February 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was like, I'm going to come visit the office. And no one had anything for me to do except Joel, who asked me to help him with the head bobbing when he was doing the recreation of RBB.
Mm-hmm.
So I just spent like the whole week doing that. And I was like, this is awesome. Best vacation ever.
Yeah, I guess I don't talk about that part much, but there was a time where Joel was busy doing something. So I did a little bit of recreating, I think it was season 2 at the time, recreating all the Xbox shots on PC.
Yeah.
So they were HD.
The HD remaster.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was just so surreal to be making the same episodes of Red vs. Blue, having watched them as a fan so many years earlier. I was like, I remember watching this, and now this is going to be like the version that is sold.
I remember
That was
watching
crazy
it.
to me.
Remember watching it back, knowing that I had like helped with the head bobs on one episode, and you could clearly tell which head bobs are me because it's just like,
It's not as easy as you think, man.
no, definitely not.
That was what was amazing about watching Jeff do it, is that he would just look at the waveform and be like, boop, 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 and it would be nailed. He'd nail it the first time.
Humans are amazing. You can get good at anything, I think, if you just
Right.
do it enough times.
Yep.
That project, I forgot how long that took and how dumb of a problem that seemed like, oh, we couldn't record it in HD. Now we have to redo
Yeah.
all of that fucking work.
It's so funny too because remember people would say like, "Why do you guys shoot videos on a 4K camera and then drop them down to 320 by 200 to put on the web?" It's like because we're never gonna reshoot anything for high def ever again. Like we went overboard after that project.
We've had a lot of people ask if we're going to recreate Ruby's season or volume 1 and 2 because I guess it was done like before we improved the animation
Yeah.
style, and it's just like, do you know how much work that would be?
Jeez.
I don't know if I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking to go back and like The Simpsons. A lot of animation evolves from what it was. I mean, Ruby has
Yeah.
made huge fucking leaps.
I think it's like part of the charm of the first couple
Yeah, well,
seasons.
like you mentioned The Simpsons. I don't like what they've done with that. That's actually a really good example. Like now, when they air old Simpsons episodes, they change the aspect ratio to 16:9, and
well, that's a little different. The format's different than.
yeah, but and they try to make it they try to upscale it to make it look HD, but it's just like you're missing, you're cutting around it.
But
Jokes.
even if it was 4:3, it would still be higher res than it was.
I guess it would be. Yeah, it's just bizarre. And then they also cut jokes now.
What?
For time. If you watch like broadcast reruns of Simpsons, they'll cut jokes for time to like I guess get more commercial breaks in.
Oh my God.
Speaking of commercial, no, I'm kidding.
So I don't know how long it takes them to process it, but I just sent the guys in the booth a picture of you guys on your first visit to the office. I think it was your first visit to the office.
It was, yeah.
I think it was.
I think it's my. Oh no, not my only, but definitely my first.
And I contributed. There it is. I contributed this photo to the thing, but I always felt like somehow this photo feels creepy to me.
Yeah.
Like after I got this photo back, I was like, oh yeah, these are a couple kids.
You just went out.
I don't know.
with
It's
the
like
camera.
weird taking photos of these two kids.
I mean, I was like 20 there, probably.
I think I was like 18 or 19.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Oh no, you were 21. You were 2009.
Yeah, but it's... Yeah.
That was my
I
DSLR.
was 20. You were 21. And
We
now
also
we're
took a picture in
here
front
and
of-
weathered.
We took a picture of all of us in front of the office that day, too.
I think I have that one right here.
That is almost exactly 10 years old. Not exactly. I guess it's 9 years almost exactly. But I definitely want to recreate that shot at some point.
Yeah.
I've been keeping that T-shirt
Yeah, I've still got that one.
Yeah.
I've been keeping it literally just to recreate
just
that.
to recreate the photo.
For the
older
10-year
and-
anniversary.
Older and more haggard looking.
Yep. The first time I came to visit.
That was when you got beans stuck to your head.
That was a good visit, yeah. I don't know how it happened. We went for breakfast tacos at the Ramses, and on the way back, Gavin was filming me. Or I was filming, and then you're like, give me the camera. And he pointed at my forehead, and I had gotten refried beans all over my forehead.
It's like,
As one does.
But I just, even going back to thinking how I ate that taco, how did it?
I have no idea.
As you bean yourself.
And didn't you find peanut butter in my hair one time on the back of my head?
You're just a complete mess.
I am. Continue
Currently a
to be
mess.
to this day.
I'm just gonna send photos. I got so many photos in here. I'm just gonna send a bunch to the broadcast department. This is all promotion for the doc.
Why
right?
didn't you post them on the
Sure.
15-year anniversary day?
Well, some of these aren't like. Some of these are to me like very important pictures in the history of RVB, but not necessarily RT, but aren't necessarily about the history of RT. Like this to me is a super important photo. Did you see the one I sent? Yeah, you okay with showing that?
Sure. Yeah. No
Okay.
problem with that.
So whenever I make fun of Gus when he's in school, I always reference one thing in particular, and it has to do with this photo because Gus.
I don't know where you got that photo from.
This
Oh
is
my
Gus and his
God.
trapper keeper.
God, you look like such a teacher's pet.
I was 14 in that photo.
Like, look at that little renegade putting the ears
maybe
up over
maybe
the teacher.
13.
That was your 13th
Thir-
birthday?
She's like, oh, Gustavo.
Oh, you.
Wait, what's the trapper keeper?
Oh,
Go ahead.
it's like a special binder that is rigid, so your stuff doesn't get folded, and it comes in like cool colors and designs.
What'd you put, like,
And
paper?
you like close Velcro over it.
It's funny.
I don't think I've ever seen you get so excited over describing.
I missed that trapper keeper.
Where do you think it is right
I
now?
don't. It's probably
Like,
in a,
physically,
probably in a dump somewhere.
the atoms that were that trapper keeper, where are they?
It's probably going to be in a hole in the ground in a dump for the next 700,000 years.
I want someone to
fucking
talk
knew
about
it.
me the way Gus talks about that trapper keeper someday.
God, I went through so many fucking old photos for this.
I had a bunch of photos, that I was collecting for the doc, and I didn't post them on the 15th anniversary because I wasn't sure which ones were going to be used in the doc.
Oh, it's a
So
good point.
I just kind of held on to them.
I'm saving all mine for the 20th. So
Oh, 20 years. God, we're going to be 5 years older than we are now then.
that's true.
Very good.
Wow, so different.
What? Yeah.
What do you think the world will be like then?
I
How
don't
many
know.
more people would have died on Southwest flights?
Jeez.
God.
Holy cow, that was morbid.
Yeah.
Man, I'm fucking mad at UPS right now.
Why are you mad at UPS?
I had this pickup that they were supposed to come pick up
Yeah.
from my house on Friday. And it's kind of a big package. And, because I've got big
It's
packages.
got a pickup in it.
And so we're waiting all day for this guy to fucking show up to get the package. He finally shows up like at 8 p.m. and I've got security cameras, so I see this happen. He opens the gate, walks up to my front porch, sees it, looks at it. He's got the fucking label in his hand, then turns around and leaves. And then he updates the tracking as first pickup attempted, unable to get package.
So he didn't attempt.
He did not attempt shit.
Didn't you just chase him out and be like, hey?
I was upstairs. Like by the time I saw, I was like, oh, he's gonna go get his truck and back it up because it's big and heavy. No, he's just like, oh no, he's getting in his truck and leaving.
Is it they couldn't lift it?
One person delivered it. It's the exact same thing. It's a return for something I bought online.
Amazon delivered something to me the other day. I'm trying to fix my computer. Computer does this thing where it just shuts off. I'm just doing something. It shuts off.
That one?
Shuts off. No, my desktop at home.
Oh.
What does it do?
It shuts off, Barb. Like you're sitting there using it, and then it shuts off.
Blue screen
too
or
hot?
just
No,
turns right
it
off?
just shuts off.
Does it shut on?
Nope, off. That's the only thing it does.
And what are you doing when this happens?
It's working.
Okay.
And then suddenly, it shuts off.
Okay.
So I have diagnosed. I think it's a heat problem. So I'm in the process of pulling.
Why do you think it's a heat problem?
Well, because I think the CPU gets overheated and it shuts itself off. Hence the shut off.
Why do they do that though? Do they just thermal throttle and stay on?
Thermal throttle. Thermal throttle?
Yeah,
I
it's
think the problem is the thermal throttling is not working, which would be the heat sink. So therefore, it shuts off.
That's
I don't think that's why it's turning
That's the
on.
ultimate thermal throttle, really.
Right.
If you think about it.
Then you completely go from 60 to no throttle.
Who is this? In chat, Let Music Ring is asking, what does your computer do?
It shuts off. Shuts off.
I don't think that's it. I don't think it's anything to do with heat.
It's probably heat.
Yeah,
Why is
thankfully.
it heat?
It's definitely heat.
Why?
Because that's how it manifests itself.
How does it manifest?
It shuts off.
So I ordered some thermal paste, which it was a hard thing to get. I had to go to Fry's.
Oh God.
And I'm not going to Fry's. I'm
So
not
wait,
going to
you
Fry's.
like took the processor off?
I haven't done it yet. I've got I got to wait for this cleaner to come. I'm going to clean it off. Then I'm going to put thermal paste on it and put the heatsink back on. I build a number of different PCs One thing I am phenomenally bad at, I mean really bad at, I can put the processor in, okay? Line of the heatsink and everything. But with the motherboard, and I use Intel processors, they come with this fan with the heatsink in it. And then they have these pegs that go in and then turn. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. I'm genuinely not good at that. I'm bad at that every time I go to do it. Every single time. So I'm
doing it wrong.
Well, I would assume so, unless it's just like enormously hard. I don't get that. And also, if I need to take the fan back off, getting it out of those pegs holes in the motherboard I feel like I'm gonna break the motherboard in half every fucking time I do it. Am I doing something wrong there?
No, it's just tough.
It's just tough. It is tough. Okay.
You remember my ultimate thermal paste fuck up?
Yeah, you use glue. What'd you do?
I was building a PC and bought everything I needed, and I bought the thermal paste, and I thought it was weird because it was 2 different tubes you had to mix together. So I put the CPU in, I combined the 2 tubes on top of the CPU, and I put the fan on, and it's overheating, and it shuts off. So I decide, oh, I must not have put the thermal paste on correctly. So I go to take the fan off, and I had purchased epoxy. Like I combined
idiot.
2 things that when they combine, they turn into like this solid glue you cannot take apart.
Did you just wreck it?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is fucked. I took it back to Fry's. I bought it at Fry's. I was like, hey, I know I probably can't return this, but is there any way I can return this? They were like, no, you dude, you're fucked.
Weren't you the head of tech for a while?
I was the head of tech here for a little while. But the thermal paste was right next to the fucking epoxy on the shelf. Why do you put that there?
That's a bad idea.
All your different sticky things.
I mean, Fry's isn't somewhere you could do that because there's like thousands of different things. To the point where it's like you look at one thing, it's like, what is this? You don't just grab something because it's near something else.
No, yes, you do. I did that the other day, but it's on a less expensive version of that, where I went to the store, close, went to the store, got some ice cream. I thought, you know what? I'm going to get some ice cream. I deserve it. I work hard, Bart.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I mean, what am I going to do? I can't use my computer. It's shutting off all the time. So I go to buy my favorite ice cream, which is mint chocolate chip ice cream. So I find this there's some Italian thing.
My favorite
Normally
too.
I get Ben and Jerry's, but I got the Italian one that's like a thing. It's a clear and a little thing. It's like a
Gelato?
pint. Yeah. So I got that. Brought it home. Pistachio. Because I
bought green.
just bought green. I bought green, Gavin. That's what I did, and it was like
But you gotta look for green with the little black flakes in there.
it was, and I think it was close to it. They put the pistachio and the mint chocolate chip together. That's a bad move. And then I got the pistachio. It was awful. I
Some people
could
also-
barely eat all of it.
Some people also tend to read when they're buying things too. You can barely eat all of it.
Could barely eat the entire thing in one
How's
sitting.
that sandwich?
You know what would be good? What's really delicious? One of our podcast sponsors, Sherry's Berries.
Ooh la la.
Do we not have any?
We don't have any. Do we
You
have-
are not
someone
doing
intercept it?
ad reads for Sherry's
This
Berries
podcast
unless there are Sherry's
It's brought to you by Sherry's
Bullshit.
Berries.
It's the best part of the ad. Us eating them and talking about how delicious they
A
are.
gift from Sherry's Berries shows you
Bullshit.
put thought into the gift. What am I talking about? Oh, for Mother's Day. I don't know where our berries went.
And if
Mother's Day is in March.
here's another really important. Do you have the photo that I sent you guys? Most recent one. So this is actually, I think, the very first photo I ever took on a DSLR ever. I got my DSLR in the mail.
Is it your balls?
I had it shipped to work. I set it up.
Which DSLR?
10D? 10D. So I turned and Jeff was in my office. I took a photo of Jeff.
Wow.
Like that after I just got it out of the box. That's
What
the
year
first
is
photo.
that?
God. Man, I don't know. I recognize that shirt he's wearing. That's
I mean, but
2000?
Jeff shirts have a lifespan of 15 years.
He wears them forever.
Before Rooster Teeth.
I thought it was an ugly internet shirt on my monitor, but I guess it's not. Oh, it was before Rooster Teeth for sure.
So if he was a fetus, he could be applying to colleges now.
Yeah. I always think it's funny too. You can't see it there, but he's judged time based on how filled in Jeff becomes.
Yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah, I was looking at his tattoo there. You can see a little bit of it.
a little bit. Wow. There's another one I should show. I should show this one too. You'll recognize this one, guys.
I hope so.
But what were we just talking about?
Old
So
photos?
someone ate our berries and it's bullshit.
The other fuckers. Hey, Gavin, you and I had a really cool thing.
Did you eat
that we
berries?
did a few years ago that kind of came back around just recently. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Guess who has started uploading to his YouTube channel?
Baba?
Baba Sen.
Really?
He has started uploading.
Didn't he only put one video up?
I thought he
guess
put up
he-
several videos. I haven't been to it in the last couple days. Let me
Oh,
see.
let's see. That's awesome.
It was on the subreddit a while ago where they're like, oh, he lives.
I think that was the first one he did. I think he's done multiple videos. Let me
I
see
didn't
here.
know that he also.
Welcome to the
I
channel.
guess it makes sense, but you guys just got like was it a shave or just a rub?
He's got a few now.
Yeah, he's got a
When
few
I
up.
went?
6.
Yeah,
I just got a head rub.
just a head rub, right?
Baba Sen.
He also does a lot of shaving, which I didn't.
So please, everybody, his
Full on Baba.
channel. Let's go to his channel. I think isn't it Cosmic Baba Sen? Is that what we was available to make for him? Everyone go subscribe. Just look at Baba Sen. His welcome to the video or welcome to the channel video is me and Gav and him. We set up when he was in India, and now he's got several videos up, man.
Nice.
Oh, it's so awesome. Oh, he's got his Japanese commercial on here.
Oh, he was telling us about that.
Yeah.
I feel like someone's gone in there and set him up real nice after we left.
Yeah. So your video is 1.2 million views. Congratulations, Kevin, on his thing. Yeah, but he's got a new one that just went up a week ago. He's got 30,000 views in the first week. Yes. So excited.
I think what is the video that has the most views that you're in that's not on our channel?
What would yours be?
I always say
YouTube channel is Baba Sen. YouTube.com/Baba Sen.
YouTube. It's just Baba Sen. Not okay.
Is that
Baba Sen?
S-E-N?
B-A-B-A-S-E-N.
It's got a banner and everything.
Couldn't spell.
Ooh la la.
S-E-N is Sen. Baba Sen.
Bing bong.
He's so awesome.
Go subscribe.
You ever think about going back to see him? Or is that a moment in time?
Oh, I would.
Yeah?
I mean, it's kind of a bitch journey, but I would.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you guys, I guess, do anything not covered in the documentary in India while you were there?
Well, everyone got food poisoning.
Yeah.
Except me.
Like, there's a member of our crew who got food poisoning. Ashley got food poisoning.
Same crew that did the 15-year doc.
Yeah, it's a company called
nice.
Alpheus that we work with. And I'm not going to say who specifically it was, but I ran into this crew member like 6 or 7 months later, and we were talking about India, and this person on the entire crew would keep asking Gavin if we got sick, because we were eating out of street vendors and stuff
Yeah,
like
he was
that.
like, buy from this bloke on the street who could be anyone.
We
And
ate
were
this thing called pan, which was a leaf wrapped around incense.
Yeah, it was like tree bark and ashtray.
Yeah, and it was fucking awesome. But you tasted it all day long, all fucking day long. And but they kept asking us, "How are you feeling? You feeling sick?" Because that was be a funny thing for the doc if we feel sick. We're like, "No, we're fine."
But then you're ruined for the rest of the doc. Wouldn't that be kind of shitty? No pun intended.
Yeah. Well, we were okay, and on the last meal, the crew decided, okay, we're good now. We're gonna go ahead and eat with you guys. They ate with us. They got fucking so sick, Ashley included. She was sick on a flight from Delhi to London Heathrow.
I think that's
like
my worst nightmare.
10 hours.
Is to have food poisoning on an international flight.
Yeah, to get back, we had to
horrible.
we had to do Delhi to Heathrow 10 hours, and then Heathrow to Dallas 10 hours.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I would have thought by the time we get to London to go to India would be like 4 or 5 hours, but it was 10-hour flight.
Did we fly the wrong way? Like, wouldn't it have been quicker to go the other way around?
Maybe go through Japan. Maybe. I think we have to go pick you up though. You weren't.
No, I started in Austin.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I didn't see you until Heathrow,
Okay.
but we took different flights to there,
Okay.
and I made my flight by about 10 seconds. And
Oh, that's it.
What's it called? Pan?
Pan.
so on
I
the
think they say pan.
middle is like some sawdust by the looks of it, and then
It looks like bugs.
on the left is some ants.
It is fragrant. It
So
is
what you
powerful.
said it's incense?
It tasted like incense. It tastes like if you took a stick of incense and just started eating it. There's all different versions of it too. But this crew member, I saw him like 6 or 7 months later, and it was always funny to us that the crew got sick after they asked us so many times that we didn't get sick at all. I have kind of an iron stomach, and then Gavin just ate a club sandwich at that thing.
You're damn right, I was done.
Yeah, you were done. You were eating the
I
thing.
was on the home stretch.
Ridiculous.
Club sandwich.
And he said he goes yeah, the food poisoning thing. I go, yeah, you got food poisoning. I said, Ashley got food poisoning. He goes, and she's all better. I go, well, yeah, it was 6 months ago. He goes, yeah, I'm still dealing with it. Like he was like, it was like a chronic thing for him for a long fucking time.
Jesus.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
really
So they gave him
fucked
like
up.
full on gut rot.
Yeah, he got sick and he's all better now. But it was like, holy cow, that guy like
Yeah.
sacrificed for that documentary, man. And now Baba's uploading videos. So please go subscribe to Baba Sen on YouTube.
It seems like it's probably going to end up being about the same distance no matter which direction you fly.
Okay.
The closest I can find is Delhi to San Francisco is 16 hours. Delhi to Newark is 15 hours.
Delhi to Newark. How does that work?
Go on.
Wait, where did you say the first one was?
Delhi to San Francisco,
So that's going west from us.
So they're flying the
sorry,
same
no,
way.
That's
Delhi to Newark. They're coming from opposite ends. You leave Delhi going east for San
was
Francisco.
like, how
do they get
you
to
leave
San
Delhi
Francisco?
going west for
I thought you
New
said
York.
Austin to San Francisco for a second.
No.
I was like,
How many hours was it? My computer shut
Delhi
off.
to San Francisco is 16 hours. Delhi to Newark is 15 hours.
It's the same direction. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm doing with this conversation? I'm shutting it off.
Okay, I'm done. I'm
Shut
sorry. So
it
I just sent another photo. See if you can recognize this one. You will be able to recognize it. But can you tell me the event where it took place, guys?
Oh yeah, no, that was PAX.
Oh, you do? Yeah, you can see it?
Yeah.
Do you have a photo? Can you guys put this one up? This one was one we posted. Probably one of the first times we ever posted all of our photos on the website was this photo.
I remember that.
I got a video from this.
It was our Segway gang at PAX. Was it the first PAX, right?
I think it was the first. It was the first or the second one, but I think it was the first one.
I remember talking to you about this in person in 2004. Because I remember in the clip, Jeff's just spinning in a circle.
Yeah. And I love this. Picture because we all obviously went in with a plan and Joel completely fucked it up. Like, we're all crossing our arms, trying to look like a tough gang on a set of Segways, and Joel just, for whatever reason, can't cross his arms.
Is that Dan on the right?
Yeah,
It is.
Dan Godwin. Yeah.
I
I think
forgot
that's Jeff, right? It's not Jason.
It
It's
is-
Jeff.
it is Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jeff. That was at some park. I'm sure I could find a
Did anyone
better map
fall
of
off?
Seattle.
Oh, yeah. They told us, like, okay, there was red keys and yellow keys and black keys, and the different keys changed your top speed. And once we were good, like the last 15 minutes of our hour, we could change the black keys. We all just immediately put on the black keys and just like raced all around. And we were going off curbs and everything. It was
And that's how the band
Green
got their
Lake.
name.
That was it.
Green Lake.
Still never been on a Segway.
Well, if you go to Green Lake,
Didn't you go on his little one?
That's not the same.
That's not the same.
That's not the same.
I'm thinking of one of those like full ones that you hold on to and you wear the
I
helmet.
don't know if they make those anymore.
I feel people still do the Segway tours in Austin though.
They do, but it's like those things are hard to get.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go on Amazon and buy them.
I always laugh when I see like a police officer at an airport on a Segway.
I know, right? It's just what
Is it the helmet that makes it look doofy?
Yeah.
is it? It's just.
I think it's a combination.
They have scooters now all around Austin.
Someone standing perfectly still and moving is just weird. Like
Yeah.
they're just like they're levitating through the place. Yeah.
those scooters are a bit of a controversy.
Why?
Because apparently there's like no regulation on them. And people are upset. Have you all heard about these scooters?
I don't know what scooters you're talking about.
I don't know that unregulated scooters are a concern.
It's because you,
In the
I'm
grand
not gonna
scheme?
lose sleep over that.
I guess it's like a scooter sharing service where it's like little electric scooters that go up to 15 miles an hour that you can rent and ride around, and then you don't have to leave them anywhere. You just, when you're done, you just leave them where you are.
That seems
You
really
can't leave them on private property, surely.
unsafe.
Right. But I think that's the thing is people are just like ditching them wherever. Like when I was driving from Home Slice the other day, I drove by Palmer Auditorium, and there were two just like in the yard, like in the grass there.
So I guess I'm confused as to what type of scooter you're talking about because there's
Like
the
a razor
scooters.
scooter
Oh,
with an
like
electric motor.
Gotcha. Because I also think of like the little like scooters that are almost like little mopeds.
No,
I
not
guess
not
it's-
even that. Like that.
Wow.
So we could just rent a load of them and bring them all around here.
Does that say Bird?
Yeah, Bird is that brand, is that company. There's another one called Lime as well.
I mean, if it was regulated better, it'd be a smart idea. But yeah, you should
they
leave them
say they
anywhere.
like say bring your own helmet. They say you have to wear a helmet, but of course there's no.
I'm just imagining walking around downtown with just a helmet, just in case you want to use
You
one of
find a
those
scooter.
scooters. Yeah, seems like something that's a hassle.
Yeah.
The car to goes at least like you just hop in, use it. But
I have a couple videos here that I'd like to show, but we'll show them on the post show. We'll show the videos. The main reason being is that some of these videos are like 12, 13 years old. And so what's acceptable to say in a video has changed over time.
absolutely.
And there was a couple times where I was like, I'm going to turn this video in for the doc. And I'm like, oh, but somebody called somebody else a retard. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, we're not going to use that.
Not
you
cool
know?
anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it never really was.
Never was cool, but we're a little bit more
It was certainly more
enlightened.
accepted.
What?
I was watching an episode of Red Dwarf the other night that said it, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that was in there. But
Yeah,
at
there's
the
some stuff
time,
that'll shock you like that. Yeah,
didn't ban either.
yeah, and I just wouldn't use that word today. You
Yeah.
know, so
Different world.
different worlds. And listen, I know that there's going to be people who tell me that I'm a prick or a snowflake but I don't give a shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I saw after we talked about. Oh God, am I going to get into this?
Yes. Go post show. If it's sensitive,
No, it's not that. It's just like I don't know if I want to open this fucking.
Get
can.
into
Okay, so
it.
tell me.
people like there's that whole Starbucks thing where those guys got arrested, and people keep sending me this other video. This person like has like a rebuttal for like justifying the arrest.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Okay.
and part of the crux of the argument is this person, I do not believe this. This other person says it's trespassing. It's like if someone came into your house, sat on your couch, and refused to leave. So of course you would call the police.
You're right.
I don't keep my door unlocked with a fucking sign that says open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
open to the public.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
You're not a
It's
business.
totally
house isn't a public place.
You cannot compare those two things.
Yeah, that's a.
Also, we literally talked about it on that same podcast. Barbara and I talked about the Starbucks next door to us that we can't ever get into because people are just sitting in there all day fucking typing their novels or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, literally 10 minutes before we had that conversation, you and I had that conversation.
I guarantee you, any of us could sit in a Starbucks for undefined amount of time and not be asked to leave.
Well, I guarantee anyone could sit in a Starbucks today. Starbucks would be like, can we get you a glass of water? They'd probably be like, look, everyone can just come hang out whenever they want to.
Super
But no, I know
cool.
exactly what you mean. I could just sat in there with my laptop. Like if the guys had laptops, would anybody have bugged them?
Probably not.
Probably not. I mean, I've seen people go into Starbucks. They bring a fucking typewriter. A typewriter. It's ridiculous. Guys, it's
I would
ridiculous.
be so fucking mad if someone walked in with a fucking typewriter.
You'd be so
Why
furious.
would you be mad?
Because then you can't like sit in peace. It's like dat, 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 cluck, 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 dat, 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 dat.
What if they had like cushioned key
There's
beds?
no cushion key because you still have the fucking strike of the typewriter.
What, hitting the paper, you mean?
Yes, hitting the roller.
Did I ever tell you when I was
Oh.
at a concert one time, someone busted out a sketchbook and started drawing?
Where were they?
I was at a concert.
Where did they hold it? Like
Well, that's not as bad.
But it's not like it was disturbing anyone. It's just like, it's such a
I
hipstery
wish that
thing
they
to do.
had drawn it was like themselves like a selfie, like a sketchy, like themselves like holding a sketchbook with the band behind them.
Guys, play this video. I'm kind of playing this sight unseen. This is from YouTube.
Uh-oh.
It's somebody recorded a dude who has a typewriter at a Starbucks. And he's got what looks
Oh.
to be a full office setup.
Guess what?
What?
It's in Hollywood.
Yeah. Look at that. This guy.
This
He's-
is at a Starbucks?
Yeah, he's at a Starbucks. And he's got his typewriter. He's got his coffee. And he's got his whole briefcase.
What's
everything.
that thing?
So is this guy not loitering? I mean, is he not loitering?
He's got a drink.
Did
paid
he
for a
buy
drink.
something?
He does. I get it. I get he has a drink.
But yeah.
How much does that $4 coffee, like, how much time does that buy you?
I honestly think you could walk into a Starbucks with an empty Starbucks cup, set it down next to you, and be in there all day.
Yeah, I guarantee you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's ridiculous to me. The whole thing's ridiculous.
All right, let's wrap this up. We'll talk
I think
more.
that's a white bald dude with a tie. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I think personally.
We're gonna wrap this up. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.